Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a simple yet powerful question. What makes someone likable? Is it their looks, their success, their intelligence? No. True likability isn't about what you have, it's about how you make others feel. Authenticity is one of the most powerful yet underrated traits when it comes to making meaningful connections. In a world where people are constantly filtering their lives, curating their personas, and presenting an idealized version of themselves, being real stands out. It is human nature to be drawn to those who are genuine, who show up as they are without pretense or performance. When you are authentic, you create an environment where others feel safe, valued, and comfortable being themselves. This is what makes authenticity magnetic. It is rare, refreshing, and incredibly powerful. Think about the people in your life whom you truly admire. Chances are they are not the ones who try to be perfect all the time. They are the ones who own their flaws, who are honest about their struggles, and who speak from a place of sincerity rather than a need for validation. People trust those who are real because they know there is no hidden agenda, no act being put on for the sake of approval. When someone is authentic, their words and actions align. There is no guessing, no wondering whether their kindness is real or whether their intentions are sincere. This kind of honesty creates deep, lasting relationships because it fosters trust. One of the biggest reasons authenticity is so attractive is because it allows people to connect on a human level. When you strip away the need to impress or conform, you make room for genuine interactions. Too often, people believe they need to present themselves a certain way to be liked. They think they have to be more successful, more confident, more charismatic, or more interesting than they actually are. But in reality, trying too hard to be someone you're not has the opposite effect. It creates a barrier between you and others. People sense inauthenticity even if they can't always pinpoint it. There's an instinctive discomfort that arises when someone feels like they are being manipulated or when they sense that a person is not being fully honest about who they are. Authenticity also breeds confidence. When you are comfortable being yourself, you no longer seek external validation to feel worthy. You stop adjusting your personality to fit in or changing your opinions to be accepted. This kind of confidence is compelling because it is rooted in self-acceptance rather than the need to be liked. People are naturally drawn to those who exude self-assurance without arrogance. When you are authentic, you communicate to the world that you are enough as you are. This doesn't mean you don't strive for growth or improvement, but it does mean that you don't pretend to be something you're not in the process. Being real also allows others to be real with you. When you are open about your experiences, your struggles, and your imperfections, you create a space for others to do the same. This is why vulnerability is such a key part of authenticity. It shows that you are human, that you don't have everything figured out, and that you are willing to be seen for who you truly are. This kind of honesty fosters deeper connections because it removes the pressure of perfection. People don't feel the need to put on a facade around you, which makes relationships more meaningful and fulfilling. However, authenticity does not mean oversharing or disregarding social norms. It doesn't mean saying whatever comes to mind without consideration for others. True authenticity is about alignment. Aligning your words, actions, and values so that what people see is a true reflection of who you are. It is about showing up consistently, not just when it's convenient, and being honest without being hurtful. In a world that often rewards superficiality, choosing to be authentic is a bold act. It requires courage to stand firm in your values, to express your true thoughts, and to embrace who you are fully. But the reward is worth it. People may be initially drawn to charisma, status, or charm, but they stay for authenticity. When you are genuine, you build trust, inspire respect, and create connections that are rooted in something real. That is what makes authenticity truly magnetic. Active listening is one of the most underrated yet powerful skills a person can develop. It has the ability to transform relationships, build trust, and make people feel valued in a way that few other actions can. The most likable people are not necessarily the ones who talk the most, tell the best stories, or command attention in a room. Instead, they are the ones who listen intently, who give others their full attention, and who make people feel heard and understood. The ability to truly listen is rare, and because of that, it stands out. When someone listens with genuine interest, it creates an emotional connection. People naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel seen and heard. Most conversations in daily life are surface level, with individuals waiting for their turn to speak rather than truly absorbing what the other person is saying. But active listening is different. It requires presence, patience, and a focus on the other person rather than on formulating a response. When someone feels genuinely listened to, they develop a sense of trust and appreciation for the listener. They walk away from the interaction feeling valued, which makes them want to engage with that person again. One of the most important aspects of active listening is eliminating distractions. In today's fast-paced world, people are constantly multitasking, checking their phones, thinking about their next meeting, or mentally crafting their response while someone else is talking. But the best listeners understand that giving someone their full attention is a powerful gift. Maintaining eye contact, nodding in acknowledgement, and responding with thoughtful follow-up questions all signal to the speaker that their words matter. It's not about passively hearing, it's about engaging fully in the conversation. Another key element of active listening is the ability to reflect and validate what the speaker is saying. Many people just want to feel understood. When a listener paraphrases or repeats back part of what was said, it reassures the speaker that they are truly being heard. Simple phrases like, "It sounds like you're feeling really frustrated about that situation," or "So what you're saying is that this has been a challenging time for you," show that the listener is processing the information and making an effort to understand the other person's emotions. This not only deepens the conversation, but also makes the speaker feel respected. Empathy plays a crucial role in active listening. It is not just about understanding the words someone is saying, but also about recognizing the emotions behind them. A skilled listener pays attention to tone, body language, and subtle cues that reveal what the speaker might not be explicitly stating. Sometimes people struggle to put their feelings into words, and a good listener can pick up on unspoken emotions and provide comfort or encouragement in a way that words alone cannot. This ability to connect on an emotional level makes a listener more likable and trustworthy. Patience is another critical aspect of active listening. Many people are quick to interrupt, eager to insert their own opinions or advice before the speaker has even finished their thought. But the most effective listeners understand the importance of allowing silence in a conversation. They give the speaker time to express themselves fully without rushing to respond. This not only leads to deeper and more meaningful conversations, but also helps the speaker process their own thoughts more clearly. Being a great listener also means resisting the urge to make every conversation about yourself. While it is natural to relate to others through shared experiences, the best listeners know when to keep the focus on the other person. Instead of responding with, "That happened to me too, let me tell you about it," they ask, "How did that make you feel?" Or "What do you think you'll do next?" These small but powerful shifts in communication make the other person feel valued and respected. Ultimately, people remember how you make them feel. A conversation where someone feels truly heard leaves a lasting impression. Active listening is not just a communication skill, it is a tool for building deeper relationships, fostering trust, and making people feel important. When someone feels listened to, they are more likely to open up, engage, and develop a strong connection with the listener. A genuine compliment has the power to brighten someone's day, boost their confidence, and create an instant bond between two people. It is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to build rapport, establish trust, and make someone feel valued. In a world where people often feel overlooked or underappreciated, a well-placed, sincere compliment can stand out as a meaningful gesture. Unlike flattery, which is often shallow and insincere, a true compliment is rooted in authenticity and delivered with the intention of making someone feel seen and acknowledged. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel good about themselves. When someone receives a heartfelt compliment, their brain releases dopamine, a chemical associated with feelings of pleasure and reward. This creates a positive emotional association with the person giving the compliment, making interactions with them more enjoyable. Whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or casual encounters, a sincere compliment can open doors to deeper connection. One of the keys to giving effective compliments is specificity. Generic praise like "you're great" or "nice job" may be appreciated, but it lacks the depth and personal touch that makes a compliment truly memorable. A more thoughtful approach is to highlight something specific about the person's actions, character, or efforts. For example, instead of saying "you're a great speaker," saying "I really admire how clearly and confidently you express your ideas. It made your message so compelling," carries more weight. This level of detail shows that the compliment is genuine and not just an automatic response. Another important aspect of giving compliments is timing. A well-timed compliment feels natural and meaningful, while an awkward or forced one can feel insincere. Compliments work best when they arise organically in a conversation or when they recognize someone's effort or achievement. Acknowledging someone's hard work, creativity, or kindness in the moment makes the compliment feel authentic and impactful. Complimenting someone unexpectedly, especially when they may not be aware of their own strengths, can be particularly powerful. Tone and delivery also play a crucial role in how a compliment is received. A compliment that is rushed, mumbled, or said without enthusiasm may not have the desired effect. When giving a compliment, making eye contact, using a warm tone, and speaking with sincerity all help convey that the words are meant genuinely. If a compliment feels forced or exaggerated, it can lose its impact and even make the recipient uncomfortable. The goal is to make the person feel good, not to seek attention or validation for giving the compliment. Compliments are not just limited to physical appearance or achievements. In fact, some of the most meaningful compliments focus on a person's character, values, or efforts. Telling someone, "I admire how patient you are with others," or "your kindness really makes a difference," acknowledges qualities that go beyond the surface. These types of compliments not only strengthen relationships, but also encourage positive behaviors and reinforce self-worth. In professional settings, compliments can be a powerful tool for fostering a positive work environment. When leaders and colleagues acknowledge each other's efforts and contributions, it boosts morale, motivation, and overall team cohesion. A simple "I really appreciate the effort you put into this project. It made a huge difference," can go a long way in making someone feel valued. When people feel appreciated, they are more likely to be engaged, productive, and cooperative. Receiving compliments gracefully is just as important as giving them. Many people instinctively downplay or dismiss compliments due to humility or discomfort. However, accepting a compliment with a simple "thank you," that means a lot, not only acknowledges the kindness of the giver, but also reinforces the positive energy of the exchange. A well-received compliment strengthens the connection between both individuals and encourages further positive interactions. Ultimately, a sincere compliment has the ability to uplift, inspire, and connect people in a meaningful way. When given with honesty and thoughtfulness, it creates an atmosphere of positivity and appreciation, making interactions more enjoyable and relationships stronger. Emotional intelligence is one of the most powerful tools in building meaningful relationships. It is the ability to understand, manage, and respond to emotions, both your own and those of others, in a way that fosters trust, empathy, and connection. People who possess a high level of emotional intelligence can navigate social interactions with ease, creating deeper and more meaningful bonds with those around them. Unlike raw intellect or technical skills, emotional intelligence is what allows individuals to relate to others on a human level, making them more likable, approachable, and influential. At its core, emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness. When you understand your own emotions, you gain greater control over your reactions, preventing impulsive or irrational behavior. Self-awareness allows you to recognize what triggers certain emotions and how those emotions influence your words and actions. This level of introspection helps in developing a calm, thoughtful approach to situations rather than being driven by frustration, stress, or ego. People are naturally drawn to those who exhibit emotional stability because they create an environment of security and reliability. Nobody enjoys being around someone who is unpredictable, reactive, or easily overwhelmed by emotions. When you master your own emotions, you set the stage for positive, constructive interactions with others. Beyond self-awareness, emotional intelligence also involves empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Empathy is one of the most important aspects of human connection. It allows you to see situations from another person's perspective, offering them validation and support rather than judgment or dismissal. When people feel understood, they naturally gravitate toward those who provide that sense of emotional safety. Simple acts like listening without interrupting, acknowledging someone's feelings, or responding with kindness instead of criticism all contribute to building trust and respect. Effective communication is another crucial component of emotional intelligence. People with high emotional intelligence understand that words have power, and they choose their language carefully to encourage constructive dialogue rather than conflict. They are skilled at reading social cues, recognizing unspoken emotions, and responding in a way that aligns with the emotional needs of the conversation. Instead of reacting impulsively or defensively, they take a step back, assess the situation, and respond in a way that fosters understanding rather than division. This ability to communicate with emotional awareness strengthens relationships and helps avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. Emotional intelligence also plays a significant role in conflict resolution. Disagreements and misunderstandings are inevitable in any relationship, whether personal or professional. However, individuals with strong emotional intelligence can navigate conflicts with a sense of calm and rationality. Rather than reacting with anger or defensiveness, they seek to understand the root of the issue, listen to the other person's perspective, and find a solution that benefits both parties. They do not let pride or ego dictate their responses, nor do they escalate the situation with emotional outbursts. Instead, they approach conflicts with patience, understanding, and a willingness to find common ground. Another aspect of emotional intelligence is self-regulation, the ability to control emotions rather than being controlled by them. People who lack self-regulation may lash out in anger, shut down when faced with challenges, or make impulsive decisions they later regret. On the other hand, those with high emotional intelligence understand how to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully, even in high-pressure situations. This ability to remain composed under stress makes them dependable and trustworthy, qualities that naturally draw people toward them. One of the most valuable outcomes of emotional intelligence is the ability to build lasting, meaningful relationships. When you understand and manage emotions effectively, you create an atmosphere of trust and authenticity. People feel safe opening up to you, sharing their thoughts and experiences without fear of judgment. Whether in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional settings, emotional intelligence fosters connections that go beyond surface-level interactions. It allows you to build bridges with people from all walks of life, creating a network of strong, supportive relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. The law of reciprocity is a fundamental principle of human interaction. It states that the more value you give to others, whether through kindness, help, or encouragement, the more they naturally feel inclined to return the favor. People are wired to respond positively to generosity, forming a subconscious connection with those who make them feel valued. This simple yet powerful concept shapes relationships, builds trust, and strengthens bonds in both personal and professional settings. Those who understand and practice this principle naturally become more likable, influential, and respected. At its core, reciprocity is about giving without immediate expectation of return. It is not a transactional exchange, but a genuine offering of value to another person. When someone does something kind for us, we feel an innate desire to reciprocate, whether consciously or unconsciously. This could be as simple as returning a warm smile, offering assistance in response to a favor, or going out of our way to help someone who has helped us. These exchanges build relationships that are rooted in trust and mutual appreciation, making interactions more meaningful. One of the most effective ways to apply the law of reciprocity is through kindness. Small, thoughtful gestures, such as remembering someone's name, offering a sincere compliment, or showing appreciation, can leave a lasting impression. People remember those who make them feel good, and when someone consistently brings positivity into their lives, they naturally develop a sense of goodwill toward that person. Acts of kindness do not have to be grand or costly. Often, it is the simple, everyday moments of thoughtfulness that create the strongest connections. Another powerful form of reciprocity is offering help without being asked. When you extend assistance to someone without waiting for them to request it, it signals that you genuinely care. Whether it's offering guidance to a colleague, helping a friend move, or simply being there to listen when someone needs to talk, these acts of selflessness create a sense of gratitude and appreciation. When people receive support in times of need, they feel a deep connection to those who provided it. This bond leads to a natural desire to return the favor, strengthening the relationship. Encouragement is another way to activate the law of reciprocity. People thrive on recognition and support, and when someone believes in them, they feel motivated and uplifted. Words of encouragement, whether in the form of praising someone's efforts, acknowledging their growth, or simply reminding them of their strengths, have a profound impact. People gravitate toward those who uplift them and make them feel capable. When you become a source of encouragement in someone's life, they develop a strong emotional connection with you, wanting to return the positive energy you have given them. Generosity is another key aspect of reciprocity. Sharing knowledge, time, or resources with no expectation of immediate return fosters a spirit of goodwill. Those who freely give, whether through mentorship, guidance, or acts of service, often find themselves surrounded by people who want to support them in return. Generosity creates a ripple effect, spreading positivity and strengthening communities. When you give without hesitation, you inspire others to do the same, creating a cycle of goodwill that benefits everyone involved. The law of reciprocity is also highly effective in professional environments. Leaders who recognize and appreciate their teams create a culture of respect and loyalty. When employees feel valued, they are more likely to be engaged, productive, and willing to go the extra mile. Similarly, businesses that prioritize customer service and give value to their clients often receive loyalty and referrals in return. The principle applies in all areas of life. When you give value, you receive value back, often in ways that are unexpected and far-reaching. Ultimately, the law of reciprocity is a reflection of human nature. People respond to kindness with kindness, to generosity with generosity, and to encouragement with gratitude. The more you invest in others with sincerity and goodwill, the more they will naturally feel connected to you, trust you, and want to support you in return. Mirroring is one of the most powerful yet subtle psychological techniques for building rapport and connection with others. It is the unconscious tendency to reflect another person's body language, tone, and speech patterns, creating an immediate sense of familiarity and comfort. When two people are in sync, their communication becomes smoother, trust develops more quickly, and the relationship deepens naturally. This phenomenon is rooted in human psychology, as people are naturally drawn to those who feel familiar and relatable. By understanding and applying the science of mirroring, you can strengthen relationships, enhance communication, and make yourself more likable in any social or professional setting. At the core of mirroring is the concept of nonverbal communication. Research suggests that over 70% of communication is nonverbal, meaning that body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice play a crucial role in how people connect. When someone subtly mirrors another person's posture, gestures, or movements, it creates a subconscious sense of alignment. This effect is deeply ingrained in human nature, as people are more comfortable around those who appear similar to them. This is why close friends and couples often develop similar speech patterns, mannerisms, and even facial expressions over time. They naturally synchronize without even realizing it. One of the most effective ways to mirror someone is through body language. This includes mimicking their posture, hand gestures, or even head tilts in a subtle and natural way. For example, if someone leans forward during a conversation, mirroring that movement can create a sense of engagement and mutual understanding. If they cross their arms, lightly doing the same can make them feel more at ease. The key is subtlety. Overdoing it can come across as artificial or even unsettling. The goal is not to copy, but to reflect their energy in a natural and respectful way. Tone of voice is another powerful aspect of mirroring. The way someone speaks, their pace, volume, and emotional tone plays a significant role in how they connect with others. If someone speaks softly and slowly, responding in a similar tone can create a sense of calm and understanding. If they are enthusiastic and animated, matching their energy can enhance the interaction and make them feel more comfortable. People tend to feel a greater sense of connection with those who speak in a way that aligns with their own natural rhythm. By adjusting your tone and pace to complement theirs, you create an unspoken bond that fosters trust and rapport. Speech patterns and word choices also contribute to mirroring. When someone uses certain phrases, expressions, or vocabulary, subtly incorporating similar language can create a sense of shared understanding. This technique is commonly used in sales, negotiations, and leadership communication, where building trust quickly is essential. When people hear words or phrases that are familiar to them, they instinctively feel a greater sense of connection with the speaker. This is why skilled communicators naturally adapt their language to match the person they are speaking with, making the conversation flow effortlessly. Beyond individual interactions, mirroring has been observed in group dynamics as well. Teams that share similar body language and communication styles tend to collaborate more effectively and develop stronger cohesion. This is why successful leaders often adjust their communication styles based on their audience, ensuring that their tone, energy, and language resonate with those they are addressing. The ability to mirror effectively allows leaders to inspire trust, create harmony, and encourage collaboration within teams. Mirroring also extends to emotional intelligence. By reflecting not only someone's physical behavior, but also their emotions, you create a deeper sense of empathy and understanding. If someone is expressing excitement, sharing in their enthusiasm strengthens the connection. If they're feeling frustrated, acknowledging their emotions through both verbal and nonverbal cues helps them feel understood. This ability to tune into others' emotional states and respond accordingly enhances relationships and fosters a genuine sense of connection. In social interactions, mirroring makes people feel more comfortable and appreciated. When someone feels that their energy, emotions, and communication style are being acknowledged, they naturally feel more at ease. This is why people often say they feel an instant connection with someone, even if they have just met. They may not realize it, but mirroring is often at play. By practicing this skill in everyday interactions, you can strengthen your ability to connect with others effortlessly and create lasting impressions. Confidence is one of the most attractive traits a person can have. It draws people in, commands respect, and creates an aura of self-assurance that makes others naturally gravitate toward you. However, there is a fine line between confidence and arrogance. While confidence is inspiring and magnetic, arrogance is off-putting and alienating. The difference lies in where the assurance comes from. True confidence is internal, rooted in self-belief, while arrogance is external, driven by the need for validation and superiority over others. When people understand this distinction, they can develop a presence that is both strong and humble, earning admiration rather than resentment. At its core, confidence is about knowing your worth without needing constant reinforcement from others. It is the quiet assurance that you are capable, valuable, and deserving of respect. Confident individuals do not seek approval or go out of their way to prove themselves. They do not feel the need to boast about their achievements or put others down to elevate their status. Instead, they exude a sense of certainty that comes from experience, knowledge, and self-awareness. This kind of confidence is reassuring to those around them because it creates a sense of stability and reliability. Arrogance, on the other hand, is often a mask for insecurity. People who are truly secure in themselves do not need to dominate conversations, exaggerate their accomplishments, or belittle others to feel important. Arrogance stems from a desire to be seen as superior, often at the expense of others. It creates distance rather than connection because it signals a lack of humility and emotional intelligence. While confidence builds bridges, arrogance burns them. This is why people are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured but also approachable and humble. One of the clearest signs of confidence is the ability to listen. Truly confident individuals do not feel the need to dominate conversations or make everything about themselves. They are secure enough to give others space to speak, express their opinions, and feel heard. They ask questions, show curiosity, and engage in meaningful dialogue rather than just waiting for their turn to talk. This makes them not only more likable, but also more influential because people respect those who respect them in return. Another key trait of confident individuals is their ability to accept criticism without becoming defensive. When someone is arrogant, they see any form of feedback as a threat to their ego. They react with resistance, denial, or even aggression because they cannot handle the idea of being wrong. Confident people, however, see feedback as an opportunity to grow. They understand that they do not need to be perfect to be valuable, and they are open to learning from their mistakes. This kind of mindset earns them even greater respect because it demonstrates both strength and humility. Confidence is also reflected in body language. People who are truly self-assured carry themselves in a way that signals composure and ease. They stand tall, make eye contact, and move with purpose. They do not shrink themselves or hesitate in their actions, nor do they overcompensate with exaggerated gestures or aggressive postures. Their presence alone communicates assurance without needing to say a word. This is why body language is such a powerful indicator of confidence. Before you even speak, people can sense whether you truly believe in yourself. One of the most important aspects of confidence is that it does not rely on comparison. Arrogant individuals often measure their worth by how they stack up against others, constantly seeking ways to prove their superiority. Confident people, however, focus on their own growth and progress. They do not need to compete for attention or validation because they are secure in who they are. This sense of self-possession makes them more respected and admired because they do not operate from a place of insecurity or neediness. True confidence also includes the ability to admit when you do not know something. Many people mistakenly believe that confidence means always having the right answer or never showing vulnerability. In reality, the strongest individuals are those who are comfortable acknowledging their limitations. They are willing to ask for help, admit mistakes, and recognize that growth is a continuous process. This honesty and self-awareness make them far more relatable and trustworthy than those who pretend to have all the answers. Ultimately, confidence is about balance. It is the ability to stand tall without stepping on others, to believe in yourself without seeking approval, and to exude strength without arrogance. The most likable and respected people in any room are those who carry themselves with quiet assurance, treating others with kindness and respect, while maintaining an unshakable belief in their own worth. Positivity is one of the most powerful forces in human connection. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate optimism, warmth, and encouragement. When someone exudes positive energy, they create an environment where others feel comfortable, uplifted, and inspired. This is not about blind optimism or ignoring challenges, but about choosing to focus on solutions, opportunities, and the good in people. The way you make others feel has a lasting impact, and when people associate you with feelings of joy, encouragement, and confidence, they will naturally be drawn to you. One of the reasons positivity is so attractive is that it is contagious. Just as negativity can drain energy from a room, positivity can instantly lift the mood. People mirror the emotions of those around them, often unconsciously. When someone smiles, speaks with enthusiasm, and approaches life with a hopeful mindset, it creates a ripple effect that influences those in their presence. This is why leaders, mentors, and charismatic individuals often have an undeniable presence. They make others feel better simply by being around them. A positive person sees challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. They do not deny difficulties, but approach them with a mindset that focuses on solutions rather than problems. This attitude is inspiring because it demonstrates resilience, creativity, and confidence. When people see someone who refuses to be defeated by setbacks, they are encouraged to adopt the same approach in their own lives. It creates a sense of empowerment, making others believe that they too can overcome difficulties with the right perspective. One of the most underrated aspects of positivity is how it affects communication. People with a positive mindset naturally use language that uplifts and encourages rather than criticizes and discourages. They express gratitude, offer words of affirmation, and highlight the strengths of others rather than their weaknesses. This does not mean they avoid constructive criticism, but even when addressing difficult topics, they do so in a way that fosters growth rather than tearing someone down. This ability to make others feel valued and supported strengthens relationships and increases trust. Positivity also plays a significant role in body language. A person who carries themselves with openness, warmth, and enthusiasm is far more approachable than someone who appears closed off, tense, or uninterested. Simple gestures such as making eye contact, smiling, and nodding in acknowledgement can make a world of difference in how people perceive you. When you show genuine interest in others and express joy in interactions, people feel seen and appreciated, which deepens their connection with you. Another reason positivity is so powerful is that it creates a sense of hope. In a world where many people struggle with doubt, fear, and uncertainty, being a source of encouragement can be incredibly impactful. Those who bring light into the lives of others stand out because they offer something rare: belief. When you express faith in people's abilities, remind them of their strengths, and encourage them to keep going, they remember you not just as a friend or colleague, but as a source of strength. Positivity does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on what can be done rather than what cannot. It means acknowledging setbacks while maintaining faith in the ability to overcome them. It is about being the person who sees the silver lining in difficult situations and helps others do the same. This kind of mindset is not just attractive, it is transformative. People remember how you make them feel. When you consistently bring encouragement, optimism, and kindness into your interactions, others will associate you with those positive emotions. They will want to be around you, seek your advice, and trust you with their thoughts and feelings. This is why positivity is one of the most powerful psychological triggers that make people more likable. It is not just about having a good attitude. It is about being a source of light in a world that often needs it. Humility is one of the most underrated yet powerful traits a person can possess. It is often mistaken for weakness or a lack of confidence, but in reality, true humility is a sign of immense strength. It is the ability to be self-assured without the need for validation, to recognize one's worth without boasting, and to lead without making others feel small. Humility creates an environment of trust, making people feel safe, valued, and respected. This is why it is one of the most magnetic qualities a person can have. It allows people to connect on a deeper level without fear of judgment or competition. Humble individuals do not feel the need to prove themselves to others. They are secure in their abilities and achievements, but do not use them as a tool for superiority. Instead of constantly reminding the world of their successes, they let their actions speak for themselves. This quiet confidence is what makes them so likable. People naturally gravitate toward those who are accomplished yet approachable, knowledgeable yet willing to learn, and strong yet kind. When someone carries themselves with humility, they do not intimidate or alienate others. They inspire them. One of the greatest aspects of humility is that it makes people feel comfortable. Arrogance creates distance, making others feel as if they are in constant competition. Humility, on the other hand, fosters closeness. When someone is humble, they do not try to dominate conversations or impress people with their knowledge. Instead, they listen, show interest, and acknowledge the strengths of those around them. This makes others feel seen, heard, and valued, which strengthens relationships and builds trust. Humble individuals also have the rare ability to admit when they are wrong. Many people struggle with this because their ego prevents them from accepting mistakes. But those who are truly humble understand that growth comes from learning, and learning often comes from failure. They are not afraid to acknowledge their shortcomings or ask for help, and this vulnerability makes them more relatable. People respect those who are honest about their imperfections because it reassures them that they do not have to be perfect either. This sense of authenticity builds deeper, more meaningful connections. Another powerful trait of humility is the willingness to lift others up. While some people seek recognition for their achievements, humble individuals find joy in celebrating the success of those around them. They do not feel threatened by the accomplishments of others because they are secure in their own journey. They offer encouragement, mentorship, and support without expecting anything in return. This generosity creates a positive energy that people naturally want to be around. It fosters loyalty, deepens relationships, and creates a sense of community. Humility also makes people more open-minded. Those who are arrogant tend to believe they have all the answers, making them resistant to new perspectives. But humble individuals recognize that there is always something to learn, no matter how experienced or knowledgeable they may be. They are curious, willing to listen, and eager to understand different viewpoints. This makes them more adaptable, wiser, and more respected in both personal and professional settings. When people feel heard and valued, they naturally like the person who provides that space for them. Humility is not about diminishing oneself. It is about knowing one's value without needing to broadcast it. The most charismatic leaders, mentors, and influencers are those who lead with quiet confidence rather than loud arrogance. They make others feel important rather than making everything about themselves. This balance of self-assurance and humility creates an irresistible presence, one that people respect, admire, and want to be around. When someone carries themselves with humility, they create an atmosphere where people feel safe to be themselves. There is no pretense, no competition, and no need for excessive validation. They inspire trust because they are real, they earn respect because they give it, and they are liked because they make others feel valued. This is the true essence of charisma, not demanding attention, but naturally attracting it by being authentic, kind, and self-assured. Likeability is not about charm, manipulation, or trying to impress others. It is about authenticity, emotional intelligence, and the way you make people feel. When you embrace humility, radiate positivity, practice active listening, and genuinely connect with others, you create an irresistible presence. People are drawn to those who make them feel valued, understood, and inspired. The secret to being truly likable is not about seeking approval, but about giving value, whether through kindness, encouragement, or simply being present. When you cultivate these psychological triggers naturally, you will not only attract people effortlessly, but also build meaningful relationships based on trust and respect.